Hello, welcome to my channel. So today we were going to talk about Doge again. Seems like to be the ongoing conversation piece. Again, they're mad at Doge for telling us and showing us how the federal government has misspent our money and just spent it on everything that we wouldn't want, and we're mad. But before we dig and dive right into it, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. It would help my channel. And let's see here. So I it's weird to me that everyone's upset about this, because Elon Musk, he's just doing what we voted on. We wanted them to tell us and show us what the money was going to, and if it actually was for us. He was showing us that it wasn't. None of that stuff that was done was good for us. None of it. I mean, we all know. I mean, I had the list, right? I don't know if you guys want me to go over that again, but 10 million for what? Monzabque or something, voluntary medical male circumcision, 9.7 million for UC Berkeley to develop a cohort of Cambodian youth with enterprise-driven skills. Who cares? That does nothing for us. 32 million in where is it? Prague Civil Society Center. 40 million for gender equality and women empowerment hub. 486 in the consortium for elections in the political process strengthening, including 22 million for inclusive and participatory political process in Moldova. Stuff like that. Already crazy. There's a lot more, but we should be happy, not upset. And it seems like our government, our Democrats and some Republicans in our Congress and Senate and everything that are in our government that are supposed to be for the people are not for the people. I mean, I don't understand that. Like, why are they not for us? It doesn't make any sense at all. So, it just doesn't make any sense. And we're going to get into it some more here. And I have a clip that I want to watch. But, it just amazes me that it seems like they're against America, against the people, instead of for America and for the people. What happened? Where was the disconnect here? They should want what he's doing to happen. It's for the betterment of our country and for us. And we're going to watch Jesse, because Jesse can go into it. We'll watch this together, and then we'll dig more into it. Okay?
Even the holiday weekend couldn't slow Doge down. There was a huge exodus over at the National Archives. Persnickety librarians were getting Doged silly. The Dewey Decimal System's next. It was Pink Slip City at the FDA, Medicare, and Medicaid, and the IRS is on deck.
These are foreign nationals who come into the United States. They use fake Social Security numbers, they use fake identities to steal billions in taxpayer benefits. There's no way to know until Doge gains full access exactly how much money we're talking about. But over a 10-year normal budget window, you could be talking about saving over $1 trillion by clamping down on massive fraud in our tax and entitlement systems, including, again, those carried out by organized fraud and theft rings.
Biden hired 87,000 IRS agents, gave them guns, and we're getting ripped off to the tune of $1 trillion. Because Biden had his sights set on America's real enemy, Pete Hegseth. Right before Inauguration Day, Biden's IRS audited Pistol Pete. Biden's son's a tax cheat, and he's auditing Hegseth, the incoming defense secretary who doesn't have enough on his plate keeping America safe. So now Elon and Big Balls are going to audit the auditors and upgrade the software because they're using programs from the 1960s. Democrats are hysterical that Elon and Big Balls are opening up the books because they assume Elon will just abuse their power like they did and audit their political enemies. You remember, like, Lois Lerner? And then she fried 24,000 emails so Congress couldn't investigate. Democrats leaked Trump's tax returns to Maddow. Maddow's like waving them live on TV. That's a felony. And they're worrying about Musk? Democrats are already in prison for doing what they're accusing Musk of. Whose tax returns is he going to leak? Hunter's? He didn't file any. Almost 1,000 people have full unmasked access to taxpayer data. 20 of them are student researchers, basically interns, have access to your tax returns. Democrats don't care. They only care when the guy who has access might find fraud. Like all good detectives, Doge is following the money. Next up on the list, Fort Knox, home to the largest gold reserve in the country, and we go years without sending inspectors in. How much gold does Fort Knox hold? Only one way to find out. This all happening while massive amounts of gold bullion are being flown in from London vaults. It can't all be because Judge Janine's going jewelry shopping, can it? Dozers are still sniffing out the bacon. Here's what they found this weekend. $35 million for a gender equality and women empowerment hub. A girl hub, where women hang out and pump each other up. Sounds like a sorority. $29 million to strengthen political landscape in Bangladesh. That is so generic.
Totally not.
It could be anything. Strengthen the political landscape. It's vague for a reason. Doge says we spent $21 million for voter turnout in India. Now imagine if the Indian government spent $21 million for voter turnout in America and Trump won. When they do it, it's election interference. When we do it, it's strengthening the political landscape. $1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. What are we doing? Giving pep talks to Africans before they cast ballots? You got this. We got this. It's gonna work this time. Why are we spending so much money on other countries' elections while we're still counting votes in California? Those also found $14 million for social cohesion in Mali. Mali's run by mercenaries and plagued by ancient ethnic warfare. Not to mention landmines, torture, sexual violence, and
All of that. But I'm going to interrupt this for a minute.
I'm sure that...
And you know what's also funny is that President Trump isn't the only one that tried this or that actually is doing it. I should say Bill Clinton tried. There were words. Obama said he was going to do it. Words. They were supposed to go in, check out how the federal government was spending our money, blah, blah, blah. Bunch of words. They didn't do it, but of course they said it because they know that would get the votes and get people to back them up and always be on their side, right? Thinking that they're on our side. Didn't happen. Obama, same thing. A lot of talk. Didn't walk the walk. Now, we have President Trump, and we have Doge, and we have Elon Musk, and he's doing it. He talked the talk, he's walking the walk. And for some odd reason, people are not, like our government, they're fighting amongst each other for what, I don't know, because it's the best for us and the people, right? But they don't care. It's because they're going to get found out. Fraud is, our government is in it. The officials, they're all, once it comes out, the money trail is going to go to them, and they're scared. And that's why they're so scared, and they're fighting and making a big old fuss. And the ones that are yelling the loudest, those are the ones that are going to be, you're going to find out their pockets were filled. They got kickbacks and everything. Watch. But that's why they're scared. But I mean, President Trump wasn't the only one that said he was going to do this. And you'll see. $14
million is just what Mali needs to be socially cohesive. And $2 million to help Kosovo and Egypt recycle. We don't even recycle here. What are we, just buying them blue bins? We just bombed the bejesus out of Kosovo, and now we're telling them to recycle. A new report says the government's already nearing $1 trillion in the hole for the year. Democrats should not fight this.
Should
Their
not.
boys, Bill and Al, were for Doge before Doge was cool.
Mr. President, if you want to know why government doesn't work, look behind you. The answer is at least partly on those forklifts. Is this the way it has to be? Well, the good news is that it doesn't have to be this way. We can cut it dramatically. We can downsize
Blah,
government
blah, blah.
by 12%,
Blah, blah, blah.
reducing the bureaucracy by 252,000 positions.
Doge is forklifting the fraud out of Washington. So what are Democrats doing? Sheryl Crow says she's selling her Tesla and donating the money to NPR. And rhinos are roaring at Democrats to do something.
So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that your country is under assault. They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms. They're in your businesses. They got your data, dumbass. They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, but now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a damn. So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get off their fat ass and say something about it.
What Steele's saying is the Democrats believe the government's theirs. It's not your government, it's theirs. To them, it's like Doge is auditing the DNC. So this is just another Watergate. They're acting like Trump didn't win the election, and he has no right to run the government. Instead of defending the taxpayers, the media is defending the government. Here's 60 Minutes.
People are really scared. I think that, 12 days ago, people knew where their next paycheck was coming from. They knew how they were.
Sorry, had to interrupt this. And this lady here. These people from USAID. Oh, they got fired. They got laid off. Oh, wow. Like none of us ever got laid off, right? So they're upset because they didn't get a warning. They weren't even told why, blah, blah, blah. So, and they got severance pay for like 8 months. Has any of you got that? I haven't. When I was laid off, and I'm sure we've all had that time when we were laid off, we didn't get a severance package, did we? No, we literally had to worry about where our next paycheck was going to come from. How we're going to pay our car payment. How we're going to do the house payment. This lady here, she has no idea. She's sitting there, wah, wah, wah. Oh, she got a severance pay. 8 months. They don't have to worry about nothing. And they made a lot of money. They're getting some money. So this one right here, she needs to shut up. Because she doesn't even know how it is for normal people, regular people, paycheck to paycheck. She's getting a severance pay for 8 months. She doesn't have to worry. This is nonsense. But yeah, listen to this crybaby. She has no idea.
Going to pay for their kids' daycare, their medical bills, and then all gone overnight.
All gone.
All gone.
For
All gone, but
Christina
she's getting
Dry
severance
and
pay.
Adam Dubard, fired this month in the chaotic shutdown of foreign aid.
They're not looking for competency. They're not looking for if you're good at your job. They're looking for pure loyalty tests. And if you don't give it, you will be punished.
There was no process. No one explained to them why they were being relieved.
To my knowledge, they received an email, and then if they didn't leave the building, they were escorted out of the building.
These people got generous buyouts. 8-month severance. I'm sorry, but did CVS interview the fired Keystone Pipeline workers?
No.
The fired Army officers who refused the needle, or Black Americans who lost their job to migrants? No. That one lady was Samantha Powers' speechwriter. She's no random civil servant. She's the top flack for the USAID chief. Just last week, this same lady told ABC she was pocketing her pride flags. The networks are using the same victim over and over.
Which was in the building. We took down our pride flags. I took out any books I felt would be incriminating. No one was talking. We heard they started taking transcripts automatically of all of our Google Meets. They unplugged the news in the little kitchen galleys. It didn't feel good. And then Saturday, all of the websites went down. And then I lost complete access to my computer.
60 CBS's premier investigative unit. And they never mention the $20 million for Iraqi Sesame Street.
No.
Or sex changes in Guatemala or DEI operas. Or all the dough spent on failed coups. Never mentioned it. We're
Not
36 trillion in debt. We're cutting headcount, just like media organizations do to balance their books, just like Clinton and Gore did. Last week, Vance was in Germany and told the chancellor to knock off the censorship and step up their NATO spending. And the American media sided with the Germans and called Vance Hitler.
He was standing in a country where free speech was weaponized to conduct a genocide. And he met with the head of a political party that has far-right views and some historic ties to extreme groups. The context of that was changing the tone of it. And you know that the censorship was specifically about the right.
No, I have to disagree with you. Free speech was not used to conduct a genocide. The genocide was conducted by an authoritarian Nazi regime that happened to also be genocidal because they hated Jews and they hated minorities and they hated those that they had a list of people they hated, but primarily the Jews. There was no free speech in Nazi Germany. There was none.
It was illegal to criticize the Nazi government. It was against the law to tell a joke about Hitler, and he had a dumb mustache and one testicle. Couldn't joke about it. Newspapers were shut down, books were burned, radio stations were censored. Free speech didn't trigger the Holocaust. CBS's crack research team's too busy editing the Kamala interview to learn that. On the same day, CBS celebrated...
Like, why would she even say that? We all know that was not true. Free speech? With Hitler? Really? That's news to me. Well, you know, that stuff like that is that's misinformation. That was horrible. But I'm glad, you know, Marco Rubio kind of cleared that up. But still, you know, she's old enough to know better. She knows. Let's go back and see.
An armed raid in Germany because a guy posted a cartoon.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police
in Germany.
As they raided this apartment in northwest Germany. Inside, 6 armed officers searched a suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone. Prosecutors say those electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online.
And it's a crime to insult them online as well?
Yes.
If somebody posts something that's not true, and then somebody else reposts it or likes it, are they committing a crime?
In the case of reposting, it is a crime as well, because the reader can't distinguish whether you just invented this or just reposted it.
Germany's letting migrants into the country who are committing gang rape, and they have cops kicking down doors over a cartoon. CBS is defending Germany, a country who started two.
Can you believe that? All what they did, let all those immigrants in there, or not immigrants, I should say illegal aliens, and they're raping and causing all kinds of problems there. But yet they're arresting their own citizens. This is in Germany. This is sad because it's like it was so weird. Like they all fell in line to do the same thing, right? Really scary. But they're knocking on people's doors saying, hey, you put up a meme. We're going to arrest you for that. It's against the law. Can you imagine? Because it's mean and they think it's misinformation or whatever. Can you imagine that happening here? We would all be in prison. My goodness. Nobody should be for that.
World wars that cost millions of lives and who tariff our automobiles quite unfairly, I might add. They're defending a country who boos our national anthem. Canada. Trump renamed the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, and the media is defending Mexico. The media is defending the IRS. The media is defending cockamamie spending like millions for Egyptian recycling. Trump has the left defending the indefensible. The Democrats have become so toxic that Politico's warning them to just stay out of the way. Quote, despite this intense daily barrage of negative reporting, Trump's drive to slash the size of the U.S. government remains one of his most popular policies, and there's no sign of it stopping anytime soon. Trump's in the driver's seat, and Democrats are getting lapped.
And for all of you in Canada, thank you for watching. You need to start securing your own border. You need to start contributing to your national defense because you rely on us. And you need to start paying your fair share to NATO. And if Canada doesn't want free trade, okay, there will be reciprocal tariffs. It has to work both ways. Even before Donald Trump was sworn into office, Canada charged hefty tariffs on certain American agricultural products. They completely blocked.
Yeah, Canada, that's another thing. They I don't even get them. But yeah, they have another thing coming. They think they're all that in a shake and they're going to be doing what they're doing. Let them beef up their security. They count on us for a lot of stuff. They don't want to play. But that's a whole different thing we'll talk about. But, you know, it gets me because our government should be on our side. And they're not. I just don't get it. And some of them are blatant about it. They're just out there about it. Like that Jasmine Crockett, is that her name? She even says, oh, well, we're doing this to Canada, and then we changed Gulf of Mexico name to the Gulf of America, and what we're doing to them and the illegals. And then she says, but I'm for Canada and Mexico. She's in our government. She's a representative of us. She seems to forget we, the people, hired her. We voted for her. We're paying her paycheck. We're giving her that money. She's supposed to do our bidding. We're her boss. But yet, a lot of those Democrats, they don't care about us. They're showing it to you. They are for the opposite. Everything for the people. They're not for nothing about the American people. Which I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why people agree with it. Like, everybody should be really, really mad. Really mad. And then the media doesn't help. I mean, they're just, I don't understand. I don't understand. If you're not for America and the people, then you need to go. You need to go. Step aside, step down, go somewhere else. But Jeff, definitely don't be in our government. My goodness. What the hell's going on around here? I mean, just like the Twilight Zone. I felt like the last 4 years, I was in a bad episode of a Twilight Zone, and I couldn't get out. It was horrible. So now that everything is coming right in front of us, like it's proof. This is what they were doing, not spending the money properly, that list I had, and everything else. And it has everything, the money, where it's going to, how it's not benefiting us. And people have the nerve to be mad about it. And we shouldn't, because they try to just like make you focus on other things. Has nothing to do. They talk about everything that's so bad, but they don't talk about, and they don't bring it up. They don't. Well, all this money, $20 million for Sesame Street and $486 million for other people's voting and all this stuff. They don't talk about any of that. You know why? Because they don't want you to focus on what they spent the money on or what they didn't spend the money on, and that money was laundered, was funneled back and into their pockets. This is why they're scared. And this is what Doge is going to show us. And Elon Musk and his team, that's what they're going to show us. So, like I said, don't get tricked. Keep focused. You have to focus. That money is American money. And then back to that Jasmine Crockett too. She was like, she's saying, why are they going to give them because how she talks. Why are they going to give them the money? We have a deficit. We need to be put in a deficit. We need to be giving it to the Americans. And anyways, what's $5,000 going to do for the American people? Excuse me, ma'am. It'll do enough for me. I mean, I was barely making it. And yeah, I had to live paycheck to paycheck and my credit card. So yeah, honey, I can pay off my credit card. It could do a lot for me. And I'm sure it could do a lot for a lot of other people. She needs to shut up because she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. And she's definitely not for the people. That Jasmine Crockett, she needs to go. She's up there with it. Ilhan, freaking AOC. God, there's some other ones that the Ayanna Presley chick. They all need to go. They don't care about us. They don't care about the American people. It's all about their pockets. It's money, money, money for them. They're greedy, 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 dirty, dirty, dirty people. We need people that care about America. And this is where we all need to stand together, folks. And we need to be on the same side. And we need to be like, yes, please, please take care of this. Make sure our money's spent properly. And then with the IRS, with the dividends, he said the stimulus check or whatever for the taxes, that's the one that Jasmine's like, we don't give it to them. The American people, it's not going to do nothing for them. Well, they're trying to get them not to do that, which is weird because they're supposed to be for the people. They're not. It's so weird how the Democrats are just so off. They're so off base now. They don't care about us anymore. It's all about them. The money. It's the money. It corrupted them so bad. They're so corrupted. But, we all need to stay together. And I think that if they don't give us a check or, to make up for all the money that they took from us and just spent it frivolously, not bettering our lives, they should forgive everybody that owes taxes. Anyone that owes taxes, wipe the slate clean. Nobody owes taxes. We're good. Then keep it moving and start anew. That'll be good. That'll be fine. I could deal with that. But that's just some of the stuff I wanted to talk about today. It just seems like they're so against us. Like everything they should be with us on, they're against. Trying to help the people, trying to make the budget better, having the federal government spend the money and being transparent so we know where it goes. Giving the American money, the American people money, that we give us back our money that we put in there. It's like, I don't know. We should get something because we were treated so bad and taken advantage of so bad. And it was not for the American people. And they're so against it. They're against everything that is for the Americans. It's so weird that those ones are, and they're right there. They're out there. They're on the news and everything. And people should be really mad about that. And we should get them out of there. We really should. Because AOC, she's all about the illegal aliens. What the hell is that about? She should be concerned about the Americans here. Take care of us. It's just not, it's not right. That needs to be addressed, and hopefully everybody gets, we stay together and band together and get those people out of there, man. Get them out. They're not for us. They don't care about us. They're blatant about that. America first. American people, everything. We need to make America great again. And that's what we voted on. And that's what we want. And that's what we're getting. And whatever they're whining about and crying about, it doesn't matter. We voted on it, and this is what we want. We knew what we voted for. It was transparent. Trump was transparent all the way through. All his rallies, we all knew who was in the cabinet he wanted, who was there, what they believed in, what he was going to do. And he's doing it. So, and they keep on trying to, on the news, well, I want to talk about the economy. you know, look at nothing's going down. You know, no, it's not going to go down. He's been in for a month. It's taken 4 years. Sorry, people, it doesn't work like that. Everything everything falls into place, but it has to start somewhere. And he's doing the best he can with what he can take care of right now. And then within that, everything he's doing, everything will go to an even kill. And everything's going to go down and we'll be okay. That's going to take a little bit longer. So hold on. It's going to get better. At least you have that to look forward to. There's light at the end of the tunnel. With that last 4 years that we had, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. Now we have something to look forward to. So keep that in mind as you hear all this ridiculousness that they're fighting about on the news. You know, there's something to look forward to now. So let's look at it that way. So we're not so down and, you know, there's something to look forward to. Just remember that. And we need to stay together, stick together, and just be patriots and vote. Be on the side of America. We want to be better. And the more we take care of ourselves and get our everything in order, we'll be able to help other people. We will. But we need to take care of our house first. And then we can go help people clean up their house. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. If you just think about it. Just think about it. It makes sense. Well, thank you for joining me tonight or today, whenever you watch this. And I'll see you in my next video.